Hello guys, how you doing? It's me, Jaack Maate. I am a YouTuber and a Norfolk boy, but don't hold those two things against me. I am a lifelong West Ham fan, so hopefully you can look past the two negatives at the start. I've just had a shower, so my hair's a bit fluffy. I'm running the risk of looking a little bit Boris Johnson. We'll get past it. We'll get over it. Welcome to Hammers Chat. Welcome to If I Were Slav. The lovely lads over at Hammers Chat got in touch. They said, Jaack, what would you do if you were Slav? Well, I'm about to tell you. And I'm an avid viewer of this series, and there's a few good episodes already up, so if you want to stick around till after this video and watch them, then I recommend you do. I recommend you do. I haven't seen the questions yet, so I've got my Twitter DMs open. I've got a big DM from Hammers Chat. We're going to read the questions, and I'm going to answer them as if I were Slav. Let's go. Now for me, this depends whether it's before the game or after the game. If it's before the game, no chance, kid. I don't mind doing an autograph, having a little picture, maybe, but you're not having a tie. I'm not going to be on Match of the Day later, not repping a tie. I'm not Tony Pulis, fucking baseball cap and tracksuit. None of that. I'm Slaven Bilic. I want to be smart. And Slav, start doing it up, mate, because you're almost there. But you just need to add them finishing touches. Mind you, to be fair, if I wore a tie like Slaven, I'd want the kid to have it, because that's getting a bit embarrassing. But now, before the game, he's not having a tie. After the game, you can have the tie, kid. There's plenty where that came from. There's plenty where that came from. It's with a heavy heart, I'd have to decline it. We've got an abundance of centre-backs now. We've got Bonner and Font, I genuinely think Font's going to come into his own this season, because he is a quality centre-back. Look at the time at Southampton, look at Portugal, he is a quality centre-back. I know he didn't exactly hit the ground running, but he's decent, and we've got Burke as well coming through, who I rate very, very highly. So for me, although Ginge has been a great servant to West Ham United Football Club, he'd have to go. And I don't know what you guys think, but maybe slam him in coaching, do you know what I mean? Let him take charge of the defence and stuff behind the scenes, because he knows what he's doing, doesn't he? He knows what he's doing. I just think he hasn't got the legs anymore. He's got the heart, but he hasn't got the legs, a little bit like Captain. This is probably going to be an unpopular opinion, because I know a lot of you lads out there do rate him, and rightfully so, because he is a good player, but for me, I'm going to have to say bye to AU. I think it's taken him too long to get settled. He was a proven Premier League striker when we got him, but he's come to us. He hasn't really done much. I know he's scored a fair few goals, don't get me wrong. They were all tap-ins, and on the other hand, I know a goal's a goal, so fair play to him for being in the right place at the right time, but just me personally, it's just not clicked for me. When I watch him, I'm not excited. I don't get that sort of buzz that I'd get from watching other players like Lanzini and Antonio and so on. But for me, it's going to be RU. And I reckon we'll probably get 15 for him, wouldn't we? Especially in today's current market. Obviously, I'd say get rid of Snodgrass because he's shit, but we'd be lucky to get a tenner for him. So for me, RU, you're off. Especially with Hernandez coming in, you're off, buddy, I'm afraid. I played Sunday League football all my life, never really had any rituals, and I've been shit every single week, so maybe I do need some, I don't know. I used to have OCD quite badly as a kid, and I had to do things in particular orders, and if I didn't, then I'd go nuts. I don't really want to go back there, do you know what I mean? So I'm going to leave the rituals at the door, leave them for someone like Caleri or something, because I'm sure he would have had some weird things that did not work. Lanzini asks to leave, what are you going to do? Sing him a million love songs and get Sam Byram to give him a hand job. How can he not stay after that? I don't know why I said Sam Byram, he just looks like probably a little bit of a bitch boy, but I don't know. This is a West Ham fan channel, sorry. But out of everyone, it's going to be Byram, innit? If Lanzini asked to go, then he's got to go, hasn't he? He's got to go. Why would you want somebody playing for your team who's not really going to be playing for your team? I'd negotiate and try and get him to stay, offer him a little bit more money, but if their heart's not in it, then they're not really a West Ham player in my eyes, so just sell him, make the most of it, sell him, replace him for a like for like. Because although he's our best player at our club, I don't think it's impossible to get someone in that can replace him. I know he's a great flair player, but as long as we're not idiots and get someone like Snodgrass in to fucking replace him, it won't be mission impossible. I'm going to say Byram. I'm going to say Byram because for me, out of all of our English players, like first team English players, he's probably the weakest. So for him to get a call up means he's performing well, which I'd like to see, because at the moment, Byram, much like you, he doesn't excite me. Like I know He's got pace and whatnot, but he just looks like a little kid playing. Yeah, so I'd like to see him do better, because at the moment he's not ticking many of my boxes. I'm going to go for a weird one, and I'm probably going to get a lot of stick for this in the comments. But bear in mind, I use Out the Door, because I got rid of him for 15 mil. I'd try and tap up, well not tap up, but I'd try and get Dwight Gale from Newcastle. He's probably got a bit to prove in the Premier League, because he went down to the Championship, he smashed it, he's now come back up. He's a player that gives 100% most of the time, if not all of the time. It could be a case of, he found his level at the Championship, but I'd be willing to give him a go. And Dwight Gale is an exciting player. He's got age on his side, I guess, so whack him in, and I could have picked someone better, I know I could, but fuck it. Off the top of my head, I'm going Dwight Gale. I like Matt Ritchie as well, but we're alright for wingers. I do, of course I do, but if I was Slav, do I sing it? That's a tricky one, isn't it? You can't really, can you? I know it's passionate, but does it not? I mean, leave that for the fans. I mean, you're Slaven, you're the manager, you're the boss. You've got to have a little bit of composure about yourself. If he's there, forever does he become a bit of a joke, maybe? I don't know, like, I think as a fan, you have to sing it. That's your duty, because you can't physically go out there and boss the players about, so your voice has to become the boss, in a way. But Slaven, no, I don't think I would. I don't think I would. You don't really see any other managers doing that. And when you look at, like, cool managers, do you know what I mean, like Pochettino, he is a cool manager. I know he's obviously Spurs, but he's a very cool manager. They're not going to be doing that. They wear nice suits. They do their ties up, Slaven. So I think I'd keep a bit of class and not sing that. Leave that for Jack and the rest of the fans. League Cup third round versus a team currently top of the Championship. How strong 11 do you field? I'm going to just give you a cliche answer here and just say it depends what we're doing in the league. In the league, I just malfunctioned. Fuck. It depends what we're doing in the league, to be fair. If we're floating around mid-table, whack a decent team on. What have we got to lose? Do you know what I mean? But if we're sort of 6th or 17th, we need to start pressing up that table. So I think if we know we're going to have a mediocre season, we're just sort of floating around 10, 11, 12, I'd go for it. I'd love a cup run, of course I would. I don't care if it's in the League Cup. A cup's a cup at the end of the day. I would field a fairly strong team, 70% team. And I'd like to see us obviously beat whoever's at the top of the Championship, because we should be, in reality, beating anyone in the Championship. I'd go for Niles Barkley crazy if I was Slav, because the first time I ever went to Upton Park was 11 years ago in 2006. It was, I'll never forget the game. It was under the floodlights, and it was against Bolton when we won 2-1 in the extra time. Marlon Harewood scored the winner, and obviously Bolton were a bit of a bogey team at the time. So when I went, although it was very magical, and I remember getting an autograph from Teddy Sheringham, I was only a little kid, and he came to the gate and signed a bit of paper for me. It was lit. At the back of my mind, even though I was a little kid who didn't really know much, I was thinking, we're not going to get a result here. We can't get a result here. They're our bogey team. Bolton always beat us. But we went, it was magical, extra time, 5th round of the FA Cup. We obviously nicked it, Marlon Harewood. Flair went on the pitch. It was fantastic. Anyway, the reason why I'm telling you this is because when I was leaving Upton Park, and there was always that buzz, wasn't there, after a win? Like, we've not really replicated at London, maybe against Tottenham, but there's always that buzz, sort of like walking through like the foyer bit. Foyer? I just said foyer in a football video. Fucking knob. Walking out, and on the screen they were playing the highlights of the game, and it was to Niles Barkley Crazy, which was a big song at the time, and it just, like, the hairs on the back of my neck stood up. I was a little kid, scarf, dad by my side, and to this day now, that song just brings back those memories instantly whenever I hear it, and it just fills me with a lot of good memories. So I'd sing that. I'd sing that, and I think if ever I took charge of West Ham, if I stood up on the table, I sang Crazy, the circle's complete. Do you know what I mean? What a beautiful, beautiful dream that would be. But I'm never going to be in charge of West Ham, because I can't even be in charge of my own fucking hair. That's the end of my episode of If I Was Slav. Thanks very much to Hammers Chat for allowing me on your channel. I'm Jaack Maate. If you want to see my videos, search me up. Double A's every time there's an A. But apart from that, I'm going to leave you with West Ham prediction. I think we're going to get 7th. always the optimist. But to be fair, as long as we're above Everton, I'll be a happy boy. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Cheers, Hammers Chat, and maybe see you soon on the channel. Have a good one. Come on, you Irons!